So I've gotten several questions about weighing and measuring food, so I figured I'd spend some time kind of talking about some of the easiest ways to weigh and measure. That way the next time you pull out this tool or you decide to use this tool that you can do it well, okay? First things first, we are going to measure on an electric scale, okay? We want the accuracy of the electric scale, and it's easiest to weigh and measure in grams. Now, of course, when you have a liquid, for example, the milk that I'm using, you can use fluid ounces or milliliters to measure that. But when it comes to weighted food, you'll put it on your scale and measure in grams, okay? So what you just saw me do is I put my bowl on, which added some weight, but then I tared to 0 my scale, okay? I do not want to include the weight of my scale while I'm weighing and measuring my food, so I'll tear this out again. And then I'll make sure that I am clicking through to know that I'm measuring in grams, okay? Click through, this is on ounces, pounds, fluid ounces, grams, okay? Bowl back on, tear it out, and 0. Oop, -2, 0, okay. Right now I have some oatmeal. This is my pre-workout meal, and I'm going to add some honey to my pre-workout meal. If I look at the nutrition label on the back of my honey, it says a serving size is 1 tablespoon or 21 grams. And because my scale is in grams, all I have to do is pour until I reach 21 for a single serving. Now, that doesn't mean I'm limited to a single serving. I could have 3 servings of honey if I really needed to, okay? But I'm gonna do 1. It's gonna be 21 grams, and that'll be 60 calories, 17 grams of carbs, okay? 60 calories, 17 grams of carbs, 21 grams of honey. The weight of the honey is what we're measuring, all right? So I know if I squeeze to 5, 22 grams, right? I know I've done this so many times that if I just squeeze for 5 seconds in my head, I know I'll be about right. This is 22 grams of honey. I don't know how many calories that's gonna be, or will it be 62 calories? Doesn't matter, okay? 20, oh, perfect. That says 21 grams of honey, okay? Perfect score. So I have this. I am going to stir this down. That's my oatmeal for today. I'll also be creating a protein shake. If you do not have my protein list, my preferred protein list of the proteins that I've tasted, that I've tried, that I've enjoyed, that are super delicious to me, you need that. So let me know if you need to have that protein list. You can comment protein below. We'll connect, make sure that you have what you need, okay? Now, for my protein shake, I'm going to grab my bottle and my shaker. For my protein shake, I got my bottle, I got my shaker, and I got the lid. I'll put this on, 0 it out. As you can see, the scale was tared to 0, and I'll put this back on here, tear it again to 0, okay? It says for my protein shake, oh, this isn't even the one that I want, but I'll drink it today because I have you all. Actually, no, I don't want this one. This is not the flavor I like. So 1 second, let me go get my flavor. Okay, if you do not have my protein list, you need to ensure that you get that so that you know where you should be spending your money on protein, what types of protein to get. I've tried everything, I've tasted almost everything. I'm regularly tasting things and recommending things, so make sure you have my protein list. If you don't, comment the word protein below and I'll be sure that you get that, okay? But I'm making my protein shake. I have my protein bottle, I have my shaker, got my lid, and I have my scale tared out to 0, okay? As I'm preparing my shake, there are a couple things to keep in mind specifically from the food label, okay? On the back of this, it says 1 scoop, just like we did for the oatmeal, 1 scoop, 110 calories. The serving size is 1 scoop or 30.5 grams. So because I'm weighing my food in grams, all I have to do is grab this little scooper, grab my little scoop, and here's a hack to making a protein shake. Put this in first. Put those shaker piece in first so that you can kind of break up this protein that you're putting in, all right? I'm gonna start with like an almost even, pretty full cup. I'm gonna pour this in here, see what it gives me. Perfect, that's 33 grams. So When I go to log this into my tracking app, what I'll put in, same thing with the oatmeal, right? I had 21 grams of oatmeal, so I put in 21 grams oatmeal. And then for my protein, I'll scan the label, or I'll search Body Tech Whey Protein Isolate and the flavor, right? And I'll put in 33 or 34 grams of protein. Now, what does that do to the calories? That's not your responsibility to figure out, okay? That's what you have an app for. The app will figure out what that has done to the calories. Will it be a huge differential in calories? Absolutely not, right? 3 grams, 4 grams is not going to deter you in the slightest, okay? For my milk, I'm also going to weigh and measure my milk. Now for this, I'm gonna measure this in milliliters. A serving of this milk is 70 calories, 7 grams of protein, and 240 milliliters. So I'm gonna pour this in. I've changed my setting on my electric scale from grams to milliliters so that I can weigh and measure this properly, okay? 240 milliliters. It's not a lot, y'all watch. That's 226. That's 238, okay? It's not gonna be exactly perfect. 238 milliliters of milk to mix my protein shake in, right? So that's what this looks like. That is not a lot of liquid. So you need to be careful if you're mixing down a protein shake and you're filling it to the top, right, with liquid. Make sure that you are accurately measuring how much this is. Now, if I'm using these little, they have these lines, I'm not sure if you all can see that. They have these little numbers here. If I'm just visualizing trying to pour this, I'll probably pour this right around the 8 mark, right? But because I already have my protein in here, this landed somewhere around the 10 mark, just because I took a little bit of space for the protein. That to say though, a serving size of liquid, 8 fluid ounces or 240 milliliters is not a lot. So for the rest of this, I am going to pour water so that this breaks down nicely, okay? And pouring water into my protein shake also helps me reach my water target for today. Okay, so take this, shake this up, mix it down. And that's how you track your food, okay? Tracking in grams for weighted food, and tracking in fluid ounces for liquid foods, right? For example, I could use I could weigh and measure my cherries, right? If I wanted a serving of cherries, all I would need to do is take out, right? First of all, reset my scale, okay? Reset my food scale. Make sure I put it back on grams, okay? Grab my cherries. Let's say I just want, a handful of cherries. When I put my cherries onto my food scale, it says that I have 63 grams of cherries here. Cool, I'll just put this into my tracking app. 63 grams of cherries. The tracking app will tell me how many calories that is. Or for noodles, for pasta, for example, I think a serving size of pasta is like 53 grams dry, okay? When it takes in water, you can double this, okay? I know, because I have a problem, I know that 53 grams of this dry rigatoni pasta is approximately 14 pieces. So let me show you. When I put this onto my scale, I zero out my scale. I'm gonna put 13 pieces on just for you because you're watching, or 14 pieces. 3, 6, 9, 12, oops, 13, 14. And this comes out to 117 grams. So when you add the water to the pasta, double the amount of grams for the pasta. For example, the rigatoni for a serving size is 53 grams dry. It would be 100 and maybe 6 to 110 grams wet, okay? You know that you can automatically double the amount of weight for your food, specifically pasta, if you have cooked it down, okay? Just double it, and that'll be your serving size. All in all, get you an electric food scale. Measure your weighted food in grams. All of this can be weighed in grams. All of this, okay? Measure your liquid foods in fluid ounces, right? Or milliliters, okay? And don't overthink the rest. Your tracking software will be able to tell you the calories, give you the macronutrient breakdown. That's what that software is there for, okay? all you need is the density or the amount, right? The number of grams or the number of fluid ounces that you've used of what. You put that into the app and it tells you everything else, okay? Tracking your food is easy. I hope that you see how easy it is. And if you have any questions about food tracking or specific types of protein that I'm using, please don't hesitate to reach out. It's Coach Kyra. I hope this was helpful for you. Talk to you soon.